Wednesday night in Flint, Michigan. We're up at Gamer Sanctuary again for some 40K action. We're going to show off one of Larry's new toys tonight. We pretty well documented his frustrations with painting due to time or his perceived lack of talent. I think he's much better than he gives himself credit for. And we always try to encourage people to play with fully painted armies. So he shows up today with a surprise. He has a fully painted Tau army. So we're going to take a look at that in just a bit and see what I'm going to try to counter with it as far as my Space Marine army is concerned. Here we have my Star Phantoms. I'm actually going to be using the Star Phantom chapter tactics from Forge World that they so generously updated very quickly. I love them. I think it's a great chapter tactic. It's even if I didn't play Star Phantoms already, I probably want to use it a lot. For those of you who don't know, it allows me to re-roll any deep striking reserve rolls, and I have a one-turn twin linking on every weapon in my army, basically. So once a game, I can twin link everything, and it's impressive. Anyway, down to the list. I have a Chapter Master with an Auspex. He's going to have a Power Axe and the Shield Eternal. I have 3 Devastator Centurions with Grav Cannons. They are all hitching a ride in a Land Raider Redeemer with Multi-Melta. I have 2 tactical squads, one with Combi Flamer, and Heavy Bolter in a drop pod, and the other with Multi-Melta, Melta-Gun, and Combi Melta in a drop pod. I have a pair of Dreadnoughts. I have a Mortis Pattern Contemptor with the 2 carries autocannons and Cyclone Launcher, and an Ironclad with dual Heavy Flamers and 200 Killer Missiles. The Ironclad is in the third drop pod. I have 5 Scouts with Camo Cloaks, Missile Launcher. All 3 Sergeants are upgraded to Veterans, by the way. And then to round it off, with 100 points even, I have 1 Thunderfire Cannon in the back. Let's take a look at Larry's Tau. All right, here we have Larry's 1850 point Tau list. You see all the red? Yep, it's definitely a Farsight list. Now, full disclosure here, Larry did not paint this himself. He actually had it commission painted by a gentleman named Todd Abbott. He does pretty good tabletop quality work at a very fast pace and at a pretty reasonable price. So you can look him up on Facebook, and if you're interested, send him some business and let him know that Fresh Coast Gaming steered you in his direction. Anyway, to the list, we have Farsight and Ovessa as part of a massive Death Star unit full of gun drones. The support commander is part of the Allied attachment with the 2 crew sniper squads. I don't think everything is WYSIWYG for the battle suits, but pretty close. Yeah, lots of fusion, lots of plasma scattered here and there. We do have 2 battle suits units, 2 units of 3. Actually, these 2 right here. This one has shield drones. That one has marker drones. These 2 are actually individual suicide fusion gunners meant to drop in and blow up tanks. And like I said, crew have snipers. So that's it. 1850 points and. Larry learned some mistakes. Learned from some mistakes he made against playing against Mike, and I don't like it when Larry learns things. It makes it more difficult for me to win. So we're going to move into the game. We're going to roll for mission, deployment, and get a table set up, and come back in after deployment. Here we have a shot of the table after deployment. We have Larry's Tau lined up. A big red line here. We've got one of the plasma suits here with the shield drones. The missile suits with the marker light drones are up in the building. Down here we have the big old blob. All 3 of the HQ, actually all 4 of the HQ choices that are in there, or independent characters. Excuse me, all 4 of the independent characters right there. 10-man squad of Kroot in the woods here. 15 that are deployed out there, more than 18 inches away from all my stuff. I have a Thunderfire Cannon in the ruins, which is fortified, and everything else is kind of castled up on this chunk right here. I'm just going to try to push around this way. The mission is the Relic. In case you haven't figured out, Hammer and Anvil's a deployment. But we have a Star Phantom banner in the middle that we're going to be fighting over. Can't let the dirty Xenos get their hands on it. In reserve, I have all 3 of my drop pods, of course, and Larry has his 2 suicide battle suits. I did roll to seize the initiative and failed. Any other bookkeeping? Warlord traits. I have the Warlord trait, which allows my Warlord to grant 1 unit rerolls for 1 turn, which is pretty handy. I get to do that twice now with my chapter tactics and the Warlord trait. And Larry, of course, has Farsights. All right, we're going to move into turn 1. Larry has the first turn. There is night fighting in effect. That probably won't help me much with all of the ignores night fighting garbage he has, but we'll see. Bottom of turn 1, my 2 drop pods that come in from drop pod assault dropped in. I have my Melta squad come in here, and my Ironclad Dreadnought came in here. Ironclad toasted a whole bunch of models up there, and then lit them up with his searchlight for the Contemptor to drop one of the battle suits with his missile launcher. So that's missile squad is down to 1 suit and a couple drones. Over here, this is down to 2 suits and a couple drones, thanks to some good Melta gunning. In other news, let's see, Kroot I ignored. Over here, the Centurions disembarked from the Land Raider. I lit that squad up with the Land Raider. He could see right through here, and he shot a couple of the 4 of the drones down right there. The Centurions came around and shot at Ovessa, and through some lookout sirs and other shenanigans, he lost 1 wound, 2 wounds, and Farsight also lost 2 wounds. But one of the suits is dead, and as well as another drone. So not as much damage as I would have liked. I did use my Warlord trait to reroll my hits, which honestly didn't do a whole lot. I hit 12 of the 15 shots originally, and then hit 2 more. And that is just about it for my turn. We're going to move now into turn 2. Larry did get both of his suicide battle suits in, so we'll see what they can do. Top of turn 2, Larry's blob moved around this bastion in the middle and shot at my Centurions, took 1 of them out. His Ovessa's cannon overheated and did a wound to himself, so that was yay for me. This squad killed all but 1 of the Marines here, and he went to ground. He is pinned, but he's okay. The Kroot turned and shot at these Marines, killed 2 of them, and I failed their leadership test, and they're going to run, but that's okay. They're Marines. They automatically regroup. He had one of his suicide suits deep strike off the table and go back into reserves, and the other one landed right behind the Dreadnought, shot, made my save, and he's good, and he just jumped back. But the split fire from the fusion cannon or fusion guns over here in this battlesuit squad took out my Ironclad, so that really hurts because he was about to get in there and mess some stuff up. Move into bottom of 2, see if I can get my other drop pod in and keep this battle going. Bottom of turn 2, I tried to get tricky. I separated my Chapter Master and tried to drop an orbital bombardment on the big old blob, and it scattered way into the woods and did nothing. The Centurions, meanwhile, shot at the last battlesuit squad sitting there and dropped it down to just the single, just the drone. That's all that's left. The Contemptor and the Land Raider combined to drop another wound off of Ovessa, drop some wounds on some of the other guys back there. The commander has taken a wound, so has the that other battlesuit in the middle, and I think I took out a drone too, but only killed 1 model, so therefore didn't have to make a leadership test. Over here, my Marines regrouped and assaulted, thanks to And They Shall Know No Fear. They got right in and did nothing. I did torch 4 of them with the Redeemer's Flamer, but they rolled a 2 for their leadership check and they stayed. So Kroot aren't doing what Kroot normally do. And oh yeah, in epic crappiness, my scout failed to get out of the cover, and then tried to charge, shoot and charge and tie up that battlesuit, and got killed on a snap fire from the fusion gun. Good shooting. Oh, yeah, and in other news, my drop pod failed to come in, even though I had my reroll for my Star Phantoms. So I'm outnumbered seriously. Let's see what Larry decides to do though this turn, to see if he wants to wipe out the Centurions or come after my Chapter Master. Top of turn 3, Farsight and his bomb decided to jump around and shoot out my Centurions. They killed both of them. Needed everything he had though to do it, except for the 2 fusion gunners here who split fire and killed off my last Space Marine in that tac squad. This tactical squad fought off the Kroot but did not catch them, so they are running. In other news, that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot happened. Those Kroot continue to run towards the objective, and the suicide suit decided to try to assault my Mortis Pattern Contemptor, and I overwatched him to death. I hit him with a crack missile and 2 assault cannons and got him on all 3. So moving into bottom of 3, hopefully my other drop pod can come in and I can do some more damage. Thanks to an abysmally bad round of armor saves and lookout sirs, I've never seen someone roll so many 1s on lookout sir rolls for independent characters. Ovessa was knocked out by a rending assault cannon shot. A couple more drones were killed from him, as well as Farsight. Farsight ended up taking 2 wounds that he failed his lookout sirs and armor saves on. This guy's actually going to die to a crack missile. We actually called the game in the bottom of 3 because this is all Larry has left right here. To face off against everything I have here. My drop pod came down here. My combi flamer and bolters just annihilated all those Kroot. I used my chapter tactics to get to twin link everything I had in my army, and it really paid off. These guys actually put some wounds on the suits over here. The Marines over there and the drop pods took out the last drone and did some more wounds to the big blob squad. But yeah, this is all that's left. There's a couple drones, the two suit commanders, the one with no weapons, and the one here with the fusion and plasma. And so that's it. We are going to call it though in the bottom of turn 3. I do have the relic and a line breaker. Larry does have first blood though, so it's going to be a 3, and I slayed the warlord. 3, 4, 5-1 victory for me. Larry might have been able to scratch out a couple more points, knock me off that objective with all his plasma. I think he could have done a good job there, but I probably would have been able to take it back with my dreadnought commander hanging around on the backside of the bastion. Anyway, it's good to see Larry having a fully painted army. Regardless of how it happened, it came about that way. It's great to see fully painted stuff on the table, guys. I say it all the time. That's what we do. So tune in next time. We've got more food hammer prep. Hopefully Muggins is working on some bat reps from videos he took at War Machine Weekend in St. Louis this last weekend. We've been getting a lot more requests for some War Machine stuff. We're going to look into doing some more detailed bat reps also, longer, full coverage, not just turn by turn. Thanks again for watching.